And hey, Kayla.
Hey, am I back? Yeah.
Yeah, we back. We back. We've been talking about most of the honeymoon. We're going to talk about today about regarding on the vibe, and it's good. And as you can see, I have a wonderful person with me. Her name is Kayla, and we'll be talking about pop culture. Okay, how it has changed the world since 2020, and especially the main reason for that, the main culprit for that is TikTok. All right. So TikTok is the biggest pop culture icon right now, and so we're going to be talking about that, and also honeymoon destinations. All right, we are going to talk about honeymoon destinations and where the newly wedded couple after Corona. Okay, because no one's going to be looking for weddings now, right? Everyone's going to be all about they're going to be all about basically like getting married, putting the ring on the finger and then going for the honeymoon. Am I right?
Yeah, in a way, I think you are. I think people need to be more concerned about their marriages so they can make those divorce rates go down. But yeah, honeymoons
Oh,
are good things as well.
you said it. You said it. So, yeah, exactly, right? I mean, now people, I think, well, let's just say that we have some family members who would like to have a big wedding, and spend lots and lots of money. All right, and
Mhm.
then have a really small honeymoon for like a week. I mean, I think it should be the other way around. All right, a small wedding, big honeymoon. All right, so these are the places, okay, that we are going to be actually talking about, Kayla, and we are going to be the first one is Cornwall. All right, have you been to Cornwall?
I haven't been to Cornwall. I've just heard about it.
Uh,
Mm.
oh, so there's this place, all right? It's right at Cornwall. So when you're going for the honeymoon destinations, you can actually go to Cornwall. And there's this place called the Scarlet. The Scarlet is the place, I believe. And also, it's like there's a small structure where it's like all underground. And I can't, it's like, I want to go there. Honeymoon or not, I would just like to go and visit
Yeah.
that place.
Well, yeah, as I was
What
saying,
about you?
I haven't personally been to Cornwall, but I've heard that it's a very beautiful place in the UK. And also, I would say the Scarlet definitely sounds like somewhere where a newly wedded couple would like to go. It sounds a little bit saucy to me.
Mm-hmm. Actually, actually, some people you will actually go to a place like this too, and mostly right now it has a beautiful structure. It's mostly like connected with the ocean view and also the basically nature, right? And I mean, the best part of the honeymoon is actually going to a place where it's not, let's say, contaminated by either humans or coronavirus. All right.
Yeah, definitely. I agree
So
with
it's
that.
just you. Exactly. It's just the two of you. All right. And you don't want anyone else. I mean, animals apart. I mean, you don't want the other animals who you are part of. Also, we don't want other people. We just want just the two of us. Okay, for a whole month even. All right, because I mean, you're saving a lot of money on weddings. You might as well just put everything out on the honeymoon. Right, have memories there. We all have pictures. Like most of the people have pictures on weddings across the entire hall. But we're like, well, honeymoon pictures. I mean, did you guys have fun in the honeymoon pictures? Or were you guys just too busy taking like not no time to take pictures at all? Right, and maybe that's the case. This is why you need extra time. You should go for it. You should have extra time for well, when you can't take pictures, a week for no pictures, 1 week for all the pictures, making memories just the two of you. Right.
Well, it depends on the couple. Hopefully, at the end of the month, they're still getting on and still happy about being married.
Mhm. Oh, I like it. I like that you're straightforward, Kira. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, life is too short to be around the bush.
Life is too
Yeah.
short to be going around the bush. Exactly. Yep. That's word of advice from Kayla. All right.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right. So exactly right now, where would you like to go? All right. If you have a choice to go for, what would are there some places where you would like to go?
Places that I've heard in the UK that I haven't had a chance to visit yet that come to mind are Torquay,
Uh huh.
Lakeside District, and
Oh.
outside of the UK, Scotland. I've heard that Scotland's a beautiful place, albeit sometimes very cold. that is very
Uh-huh.
picturesque and very beautiful. So those are some places that I would like to visit myself.
All right, right. How long would you stay there? How long would you want to stay at a place like that?
To be honest, if it's gonna be cold, when I do holidays, I really want my holidays to be hot. So
Uh-huh.
if it's gonna be a cold destination, it's probably gonna
Uh-huh.
be maybe a maximum of a week. But if it's gonna be
Oh.
somewhere that's gonna be a little bit warmer, then yeah, we can
Uh-huh.
definitely go into those four to 6 weeks type of
Oh. All
durations.
right. Okay. So I hope your special someone is listening right now and gets the idea, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully they pick up
Exactly.
the
Exactly. High five, bro. All right. Okay, I'll help you out, man. All right, cool.
yeah.
So even places like this, okay. Now, even then, you every time when I spoken to my friends who just got married and had a big wedding, I will ask them like, "Oh, well, how was it?" You're like, dude, I wish I saved my money. Not on the way. I wish I saved my money from the wedding and put it to the honeymoon because then the honeymoon wasn't enough. All right, and we just had more places to go. We had more time to spend, and we just wanted more of or more of that. We didn't want it to end. Right. So this is where you will actually feel like you actually have all the time in the world. All right, you have all the time in the world to actually have this honeymoon, and it's like proper time to spend to yourself because after you're done with the honeymoon, you're back to reality. All right, you're back to the real world. Okay, so you might as be there as long as you want. All right, and do not worry about financial things. Okay, it's all about having the right thing, and also spending a wonderful time, and also being just alone with your partner, right? You don't want to be going around and be so for just a week, and I mean, most probably the two of you would actually sleep for an entire week, but because you have a week only at the honeymoon destination, you might actually sleep only for 3 days. And they're like, oh, like let's rush and do things, and go do the first newly married couples
Yeah.
do on the first day, and that is what we would think, right? So this is why weddings, okay, like proper wedding rooms, okay, as much as people love to have weddings and stuff, right? But now is not the time to actually be like, well, invite a lot of people and let's have a nice party, because if just by any chance there is one person, okay, who is positive for the virus, okay, the whole reception, okay, is going to quarantine centers. Am I right? They would all go to quarantine center, and after 14 days, then you go on your honeymoon. But then the feeling is gone, it's ruined, you don't want to be there, and after that, you want to be making sure that, like,
Yeah.
oh man, I just wasted entire money, okay, my reservations and everything is done. So avoid that and go straight for the honeymoon. Okay, I mean, the wedding is for you, not for you and your parents, not for you and your neighbor's kid, and not for you or the neighbor's family even. It's just for the two of you. Am I right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla
Well,
smiling, that was yeah.
it might be a thing to change tradition here. You start for your honeymoon before you get married. Definitely. And when I go on holiday, I'm a person who likes to do sightseeing. I like to see traditional, places that are in the area and iconic buildings and different things like that. So sightseeing is definitely something I would want to do. But thinking about it, when it comes to these long honeymoons, people need to make sure that they're getting appropriate time off work. Because
Yeah.
thinking about it, most people, if you're in full-time employment, you probably got your 20 to 28 days. So spread that out throughout the year. So I don't know if people can really afford to be taking up really big
Yeah.
honeymoons, because yeah, they're gonna have to work for the rest of the year when they get back.
Yeah, that's true. But I say it's all worth it. I say you go for it. If you want to spend a month there, I say you spend a month. But come back broke, okay, fine. Just make sure that your parents can actually hold you up for at least another 1 or 2 months until you get back to
Yeah,
get back on your
exactly.
feet or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you have
come
that, if you
back
have
and then
that,
that's when you start recouping
yeah,
some of what you spent on the big one.
yeah. Can your mom will be actually be like, mom, can I have some cash? And like, oh, what happened to the new married life, the responsible man? Huh? What happened to that? I'm like, nope. Yeah, that went down the drain. So,
Yeah,
hey, mom,
exactly.
hey, if mama is around, hey, everything's fine, all
Yeah,
right? Or you go to your
exactly.
grandma. Your grandma's the main bank around here, right? So, exactly, right? We have places to
Yeah,
go for, but
family's
we
always there.
family's always there. You know, even if they hate you or even if they want to strangle you in your sleep, they're always there for you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So even like destinations like this, okay, now Cornwall was one, and Suffolk, okay, is the other place which I've been looking at. And have you been to Suffolk actually?
No, I haven't
Um,
been to Suffolk either.
Oh, if
Have
you
you?
like the yeah, no, not really. But also, I'm a big fan of the beach area. I love the beach. Okay, and if you since you like the heat so much, there's another place to go for you. And Seckford Hall. Okay, Seckford Hall Hotel and Spa is another place where you can actually stay there while you are on the honeymoon. You can actually see this place if you love the beach. Okay, I'm guessing if you love the heat, you will obviously love the beach, and you would love to go to and just chill out at the beach, right? So yeah, and after that, that's a
Yeah,
wonderful
I'm
place.
definitely
If
a beach person, a
all
sun
right,
and sand kind of person. Definitely.
awesome, awesome. So this is a place where you can go. Okay, and also if you're another place like here's another place. It's just this beach area as well, or mostly the ocean view. It's like a lighthouse. Okay, it's called the Windmill. Although it looks like a lighthouse, it's called the Windmill. All right, it's a wonderful place. It's do you like heights? Are you a big fan of like uh, tall views and tall sceneries? Like a proper, like when you wake up in the morning, you just want to see the view and be like, wow, this is the view I'm waking up to. I would like to stay here permanently. There are places like that. So the Windmill is actually is it is what it is, and also it has a wonderful view at the top. And if you also if you like to snuggle, okay, that's what it says. Yeah, if you like to snuggle. Oh, and also Kelly just left. I guess she's already, she must have actually gone for the new place. All right, she couldn't just handle it anymore. But this place, okay, which is called the Windmill, has a major part in it. All right, and it's a beautiful place. All right, just like Kayla said that she would love she would love to have a hot place to be in. But also for people who love to be in cold weather, well, I guess this is the place because heights actually have a much more cooler place to be, right? So you can always go for this one, and hey, a lot of things can actually work out. I mean, staying in a place, okay, staying in a place where it's also be like um I don't know, maybe a place to be like for the next a month, all right, maybe a month or two, okay, can be a place where you can actually go there because a honeymoon for a month, okay. Hey Kayla, and she's back. A honeymoon place, although true, maybe even these days everyone
Yeah.
knows that most people don't have the uh, financial backup to actually go for places like this. But also most places also, I believe, also understand that and would bring down the prices of everything. And well, it's maybe you can afford it, all right, but then again, it's not like these are the only places in the world where you can go for. You can go for similar places with similar sceneries and also with the similar service in another area of well, according to the budget. But just in case is why you should spend more time at the honeymoon basis, which is what I'm known. My friends are going to get me for this one, but I'm going to rat them out. All right, it's because you guys didn't have um, enough of a honeymoon. I would tell them all that, and they would be like, "Really, really? Would you would say that to me right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that is the thing. You didn't have enough time. You just spent so much of months on planning on a wedding." Okay, and after that, about 3 or 4 months, or maybe some people actually for 2 years they would plan a wedding. Okay, and it's just for one day, and then you'll be like, "Okay, you planned the wedding, but Did you even plan your honeymoon, or did you just like take a hotel and just go for it,
Yeah.
right? And people will be like, okay, this
Yeah.
is what happened. You spend so much of time and also money on focusing on one big day than looking forward to the day after that. All right, the days after that are what counts. Okay, this is just another a celebration of the love you guys have. You know, you want to show them to people, and the best part is, if you want people to see, if you want the whole world to see, I say get on a Zoom call. All right, get on an online call and so send them the link on WhatsApp. All right, and they'll be like, hey, everyone's there. Okay, cool, cool. All right, we got married. Bye bye now. We're gonna eat, right? It's simple. You save a lot of money. I mean, my friends have done that. They're like, they send me a Zoom call. Like, this is the Zoom call invitation for our wedding, and I'm like, awesome. I don't have to, like, worry about my suit being, polished, or my suit, even worrying about what shirt am I going to wear. Oh no, my I don't fit my suit
Getting
anymore.
dressed up.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh man, oh my son, oh, I'm trying to put my shirt on, and something. Oh, I've the shirt has shrunk. That is my excuse. My shirt has shrunk, not that I have gotten bigger. So
Yeah, I
those are
think
the,
it's
like, the things that,
excuse because of all of that COVID eating. Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, I am going to leave Carl in your safe hands because I'm not sure what's going on with the internet connection, but it seems to be going in and out. And you guys were only going to have me for a little bit anyway. So I just felt you guys been happy to be here in this little cameo with Kyle. As I said, I'm sure he's going to take care of you guys. And I will definitely be coming on, and me and Kyle will do a few things together next few weeks or however long you can expect to see again. And as usual, this is your host. It's been nice to speak with Paul and all of you guys again. And hopefully I will be seeing you guys soon, as usual, anywhere till the end. Bye.
Thank you, Kayla. Hopefully, yes, we will have better talk time next Monday. I'm
Yeah.
waiting. I can't wait. Okay, I see that you're a fantastic person, but this connection is not it's not being fantastic. I mean, they can't keep up with us. Okay, so that's why the connection. Sometimes I think, okay, the connection is going down because the
Yeah.
connection can't keep up with us. All right, I don't. It doesn't matter if you're 4G or even if super fast internet. It doesn't
I
matter. You
need to
can't
get
keep up with our
fiber optic.
personalities. Exactly. Double it, actually. The next time you double it, all right? Double that connection.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it.
All right, Kayla. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We'll
Okay.
hope to
Take
see
care,
you
guys.
again next Monday
Bye.
as well.
Bye.
Take care. Okay, bye bye.
Yeah. All right.
Right. So we are back, and we're going to talk about more as well. I think it's time for a break. All right, because I'm human. All right. I actually need a tiny break here and there, but don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be back, and there are more fun places to look at. Okay, especially for honeymoon couples who are wondering. Once again, do not think about too much of things. All right, do not go for the big wedding, the big hall. Stop focusing on the small thing for once. All right, sometimes you do have to focus on the legal things, but that is life. All right, and not about that's not about this is not about where you spend on money. All right, sometimes just let go of the big things. Okay, the smaller things have actually a bigger impact than that one day. All right, we forget that we are getting married not for that people get married, or people are have for setting up new marriages for well, it's for other people. Most people do that. No, I'm getting married because I want to show this person that I can get married. And then next thing, when you get married, next thing you're not even ready for what's going to happen after that. All right, so when you actually now you can just focus on spending time. Okay, stop, like Kayla said, do not increase that divorce rate, bring it down. All right, people because when, okay, this is what I see. People who got married get divorced, they separate. All right, and then they find, and those two people will go to another people who are actually married, and then they'll be the reason why they also got divorced. So it'd be just multiplying all along, and this is why the divorce rate goes up. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm I'm not got, yeah. I'm not going to say anything else. But we'll be back. Keep it locked, keep it tuned in to Relax Radio. This is The Vibe with Kyle till 12 a.m.
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no. If that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you, how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset, And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young. Well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, he might say to me, you had one to forget. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter, yeah.
He said to me, you had one to forget. Get over it. And that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much a lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
Welcome back. Welcome back indeed. And I hope everyone is also having a good evening too. Okay, if you haven't, well, I'm going to wish you a good evening. All right. And we know we got a places to talk about. We're talking about travel and destination. We talk about the cool stuff. All right. We're not going to talk about this boring stuff. We here at Relax Radio would like to, we make it what something that is actually relevant. Okay, not just random things we talk about. I mean, especially these days, I could talk to you about maybe your wedding destination, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk to you about honeymoon destination because that is what you need to focus on. All right, people are wondering why the divorce rate is going on because I'm telling you why. Because you spend so much money on treating other people. All right, you forget to treat the two of you. And that is when you feel left out. All right. So the places to go for, especially places like these. Okay. Now we spoke about Cornwall, and we also spoke about the Scarlet in Cornwall, and in Suffolk there are two places which you can go for. It's called the Seckford Hall Hotel and Spa. It looks like a very warm kind of place, and also the Windmill looks like a very chilly kind of place, but also it's a beautiful, beautiful area. So it's actually like a windmill, but it doesn't have the it's basically a mix of a lighthouse and also a windmill. Okay, so if you like places like that, if you like heights, like just to have a proper, maybe proper views. Okay, not just ground floor views, but top of the top floor kind of views. Well, this is the place to go. So make sure, all right, that you have a place to go, and please, okay, focus on this on the honeymoons. Okay, do not focus on the weddings because I'm telling you. End of the day, if you do have a fight, all right, you think you can actually go and talk to people who actually came for the wedding? I don't think so, because they would not everyone would actually not everyone actually can. All right, because and if you keep going for help from other people all the time by being a couple, okay, being a married couple, then you need to not to go to friends, you need to go for marriage counseling. All right, because if you can't solve the problems, the two of you, then there is some block which you need to fix. Okay, I'm not saying to get rid of it. No, you can fix things. People forget that you can actually fix things, or even uh, have a proper life by just spending some quality time, all right, with your partner. Okay, even if you guys are like mad at each other, never like go for like separation or whatever. Just take a time out, I don't know, take maybe about an hour or two time. I'll go and do what you like to do. You pick one half of the house, or the other one picks the other half, and yeah, just talk it out. Sometimes, of course, some people can't talk it out. Actually, there are people who'll be like, yeah, so no matter how many times you tell them, you are gonna be like, yeah, there's no point of explaining things to this person. Sure, of course. Yeah, I mean, of course well, that's not my problem. That's not anyone's problem. That's yours. You should have thought better. You should have actually looked out for better. But then there are other people also who you just click just like that, and you're going to wonder, oh wow, this person who I'm talking to right now, actually, you actually see everything. Okay, you look for whether can you actually have an argument with this person, and will they be able to handle it? Will they be able to handle you while while things are happening? All right, can they handle you while you are angry? Can they handle you when you are like, I don't know, maybe when you're feeling guilty? Some people, okay, when they see their partners, like already accepting their what they did was wrong, they would still be going at them. All right. And that is where everything needs to stop. As soon as someone, says sorry, or, let's just face it, I'm not giving couple advice here, but I'm just saying, but what the most obvious things are when it comes to a couple is when, okay, that when you were talking about something, some couples actually do that. All right, they actually be like, okay, I'm sorry, that was my fault, but it won't happen again, or I will try to make sure it won't happen again. But people forget, okay, they really forget. That's what the point was, okay, to see whose fault it is. All right, and if the problem is over, stop right there, move on. All right, and but people just want to keep on going and going and going and just finish everything. All right, scream at their partners until they feel bad, or until they get angry too. Sometimes when while you're screaming at your partner, you are not just being angry, you are also being like unreasonable, because that person already admitted the mistake. All right, we forget to talk about these things. We forget about these kind of people that are actually, like wondering, okay, what about the people who actually be like, I'm sorry, okay, I'm really sorry, but I'm okay, I'm sorry, fine, blah 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 blah, like, hmm, well, this is not going to end well. Then you're just going to be like, blah, 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 blah. What they're just going to be talking and yelling at each other, and you're just going to be like, well, that's time for a divorce. Yes, divorce now. I'm going to my mother's. Okay, cool. Exactly. Those are the things that actually go wrong, and people actually have to identify, okay, or actually notice, okay, now they are at the point where this could go a totally different path. All right, this could have ended right here, and I will not go any further. This is done. This problem is done. Go move on with everything. So when it comes to actually being a part of a relationship, or then go moving on to a marriage also, people would actually should be more focused on spending time, all right, to getting to know your partner. Because once you start the marriage life, okay, I've noticed that, most of my friends and my family, they change. Okay, it's like it's actually a new life for them. Okay, they are not alone anymore. They are with someone now. They wake up to someone every morning. They go to sleep with someone every morning, and they eat with someone. They eat breakfast with someone every morning, not alone anymore. And they say it's different. All right. So that is the time where you go for the honeymoon, not just to be like enjoying and all the views and all, not just all that. You have to have the time of, getting used to it. All right, making your partner a breakfast in the morning. Okay, these kind of places. Okay, especially these places where it's amazing places to go for. And now we spoke about Cornwall too. Now see, it gives you a place to actually be just with your partner, right? And everything that you are going through, even for that entire month. This is why you should spend more time in a honeymoon than actually more money on a wedding. Is because, like, you just need to save that money for the honeymoon, because this is where you are going to get you're being given as much time you need, okay, to spend with your partner. All right, and making sure that you get used to the lifestyle that you are going to live with each other until you get back to reality. I don't know, that's my point of view. All right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I am wrong. All right, maybe who knows, maybe I could be right, I could be wrong. Maybe if you tell me your point of view. All right, you can always let me know on the number 078 or even you guys get in touch with me on Facebook, Instagram, and hey, check out our TikToks as well. Okay, and we are actually gonna start making we're gonna start making a new trend. All right, so give us the number, give us a shout on the number once again, 078 and we'll see. All right, we'll see what we can actually do to make sure. All right, if you have a couple, if you have maybe some advice for the couple when they're choosing a place, go for it. Hey, I'm not saying I'm some kind of guru here, regarding a couple, oh, I'm the guru, I'm the love guru or something. I'm not saying that. All right. I'm just a guy who just sees something, okay, and tells you, okay, you know what? I see this as the problem. All right. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please tell me. I'm not going to say anything else. But if going for destinations like this, okay, what my point is that you should be spending more time on the honeymoon. All right, the money for the honeymoon that you spend is, everyone may think, oh, that's going to be a lot. But to be honest, no, I don't think so. All right, it's going to be worth it. Right, it's going to be totally worth it. Just choose the right place, and if you do want to go for a place, you can go for Cornwall. It's called the Scarlet. I love the place. Okay, it's if personally, it's like I would love to be connected with the ocean and also nature and also a beautiful view like this, and it's something different. All right, this is something totally different. It's not just the same thing, but it's a new model. It's a new structure of things, and it's totally worth it. And I would say go for it. All right. Suffolk also has a place called Seckford Hall Hotel and Spa, and the Windmill is another place in Suffolk. And also, moving on to another place, a very personal favorite of mine. Okay. Now, this place is called Devon. All right. And there's a place called the Gara Rock. Okay, and if when it comes to honeymoon worthy accommodation in Devon for for a beachside bliss, and you can't beat the Carry Arms and also the five-star boutique hotel, which has turned classic beach into huts into luxury and very luxurious private suites where you can walk straight out the door and into the soft sand. All right, I think that is the most amazing part of it all right, sometimes when you're even at a beach view, and if it rains, if you are a person who loves the rain, the sound of the rain, and especially when you're in a place where you love to be, and you hear and you have everything that flows on, right? Rain is not something that we can control. All right, I'm not saying that, but hey, if this is why, at least for a month, it should rain at least once, right? I don't know, maybe it does, but so far as I know, it rains at least once. So this is why for a month, if you actually take honeymoon, okay, if you actually go and spend time on your honeymoon for a month, hey, you can actually do this. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm actually telling you, it will be amazing. Okay, you get to be with the person on a hot day. You get to be with the person on a cold day. All right, you get to be with the person on when you're like one of those moody kind of days. You're like, I don't want to do anything. What am I going to do? Oh, this person doing this time. All right, but let's see what we can do. I mean, it's a honeymoon, okay? You can. This is where you actually get used to the person. All right. What time does she sleep? Did you know that? No, I don't think so. If you live together earlier, maybe you do. Right? It's going to be much easier. But if you haven't, and if you're going to live together for the first time, I would suggest picking the right place, a proper home feeling to you, a place where the environment that you love to be in, and I would say go for it. All right, go for that place and be with your partner. All right, get used to that person. Sometimes in the morning they could be totally different. They could be like they would slap you in the face in the morning. All right, they'll be like, and they're like, "What do you do that for?" Oh, I do that every morning. Sometimes I do it with the pillow, but now that you're here, I'm going to do it to you. Oh, wow, wow, isn't that wonderful? So exactly right. People have this thing that honeymoon is just for just to, well, I won't say it, but just to, all right. Nope, it's not just that. People forget it. All right. You naughty people, I should say. You have to wonder that have to see other things. All right. Why is it just that? Nope, it's not supposed to be that. But yes, other things to do. All right. What would it be like when this person goes on a crazy night? All right. I mean, there are still places to go around, even whatever place you pick, right? There are still places to go around and check out. Like go for a normal place. Okay. Go for well, you don't have to get all the food from the hotel itself. You can always go around and eat somewhere else. Walk around with this person. How long can the person work for? Do you know that? Do you know how long can your partner walk for? If you do, well, good on you. I say you're going on the right path, my friend. But yeah, I say go for a walk. You can test someone's patience when you're going for a long walk. You can see how long it actually is. So make sure, all right, you do all that, and please spend more time on the honeymoon. All right, I understand, especially these days. So it's going to be hard on the pocket because it's not like those days. All right, it's going to be totally different. But now, what you can do is, well, make sure, okay, that whatever happens, all right, whatever happens to you, all right, make sure that you spend time with the person you are going to spend the rest of your life with. All right, make sure that you spend time with only that person, not with your neighbors children, or neighbors that and neighbors that they won't be there for you. All right, your point here, your goal here in this wedding, in this marriage that you have both agreed to, is to make sure that you have a proper future. Some people actually have a terrible past. Okay, when it comes to their past, they've had a terrible past. All right, maybe their parents were very strict on them. Maybe your parents were being like, oh, no, 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 you're not going anywhere. All right, you are going to stay at home for the rest of your life until you get married. And sometimes it actually does happen like that. So when it comes to that point, all right, you might just be so used to it, you might want to actually do it for your family. I'm telling you, that is not the way. All right, sometimes you like it because you've gotten used to it. All right, you've gotten used to staying at home all the time. You've gotten used to doing everything at home. You've gotten used to like not ever leaving your room at all. right? But do not do that to, well, your next of kin, all right, your heir, the heirs to your throne. Okay, do not do that. It's not right. Because see, when you do that to your children, okay, and if as and you've been in from the same past, if you do that to your children, just imagine, are you happy with the childhood that you had? All right, go back to yours, step into you don't have to step into their shoes, you've already been there. All right, you know how it feels when someone, like, tells you, no, you can't go and meet this person today, no, you can't go for this party, no, you have to come home straight away, no, I'm going to take you, I'm going to drop you off at school, and then as soon as it's done, I'll be right outside to take you home. You're not going to talk to anyone, you're not going to look at anyone, you're coming straight home. All right, sometimes, yes, sometimes parents do that because they're very protective of their children. I mean, that's true, but thing is, being too protective can actually be really annoying, and also can actually, like, put your child at a, you basically won't have the child, you will have a robot, okay, who will be just following a schedule every day for the rest of their life. And even when they get married, they're totally used to it, and they're like, and they retaliate. They don't like it anymore. They don't want to be anymore. This is why in this month, okay, you are going to actually erase, all right, you are going to erase that memory that you had from your childhood, from since you were a kid. You are going to erase that memory. All right, and then from the time of the honeymoon starts, this is not just something that you're going to celebrate, this is something that you're going to get used to. Okay, this is going to be the new normal. Okay, so you are going to keep going. All right, you're going to keep going for it. And even if it takes a month, if month is not enough, go for 2 months. Because just imagine, you are going to be spending the rest of your life, okay, till death do you part, you're going to be spending this life with them. All right, and I suggest you take as much time you need to get used to each other. All right, see how this person wakes up in the morning, what does he or she needs in the morning. Sometimes, just to be just to make sure that you are working together, is to make sure that you know what this person wants. Does this person wants a glass of water in the morning, or maybe a cup of tea in the morning, right? Maybe this person would love, I don't know, a juice, maybe, or even other things, right? Just find out what that is. Maybe a piece of chocolate. Who knows? People have different cravings every day, right? People are going to be like, oh, wait a minute. All right, this person wants this, right? And then make sure you do it to each other. Okay, don't be the only one who does it for just for that person. Make sure that you see that you do it for each other. All right, because this is what you need. You really need this kind of things, and you have to get used to it. Because if you get back to reality and get used to this system, then you are not going to have you're not going to enjoy it. Because see, with the pressure from reality and also the pressure from home get together, and if you haven't sorted out, or if you haven't gotten used to something from home, then you are in deep trouble. All right, and when I mean deep trouble, I mean deep trouble. Because you are taking on pressure of the reality world and also the home world, and it's gonna be a real mess, bro. I have to say. So make sure you take the time the honeymoon. If the boss says, oh, well, you don't have that much of leave for the honeymoon, well, okay, then no pay leave. It's going to be worth it, right? It's something that you are going to do for the rest of your life. This one change is going to change your life forever. So it might as well, get used to the person, all right, and go for it. Hey, don't try to change the person, though, all right? When I say get used to the person, remember, you married this person for who they are. And if you are trying to control them, you shouldn't have married at the start. Exactly. We'll be back also with more fantastic comments and also fantastic places to visit while you are on your honeymoon. Until then, we will be back right after this.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you've got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be? So that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just this basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with and, your education level or your lack of education or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account. And then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time. And we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what is happening. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different. Right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things.
back to Relax once again, and hope you're relaxing too. And we'll be having more topics as well to talk about. And we've been talking about mostly about travel destinations in the UK where you can actually go for honeymoons. Okay, if you just tuned in, the reason why we're talking about only honeymoons and not weddings is because it's a waste of time. Weddings is now a waste of time. You get a lot of people in one place. You are just increasing the risk of corona, man. So you might as well just go for a honeymoon where it's only two people. Okay, so yeah, that's one thing that you can do. And we have actually been talking about a lot of things. East Sussex, okay, has a place called the Gallivant, the Gallivants. The Gallivants, okay, looks like a library where you can just read books and stuff. But we all know that that's not going to happen in honeymoon. So especially at these places, okay, where you can just read. Okay, this is why we've been telling you that you should increase the time of the honeymoon and decrease the cost of a wedding by not having one. All right. Sometimes, yeah, you might want your dream wedding. Okay, fine. Then you can have your little wedding, but with less cost. But I'm telling you, the reason why everyone was so worried about having a big wedding is because to impress people. I'm telling you, do not impress people. All right. People are just not going to impress you either. People are also going to be like, they'll do whatever they have to do for their own self. So I suggest that you actually, everyone would suggest that you would do the same thing. So, right. When it comes to having most of the time in a honeymoon, okay, when you have a lot of time, when you have major time, all right, being a part of being a part of an amazing journey that you are about to start on. All right, just keep think about it. All right, just the two of you. Okay, two of you are going to somehow making a little ones here and there, and so you think the people who came to your wedding are actually going to remember, or even you think every single person is going to ask you, hey, how's your kid doing? It's like, I didn't have a kid yet. What are you saying? Oh, okay, right. Okay, bye. No one's going to be like that. All right. These days, even if someone wouldn't, I mean, before 2020, everyone would be like, you didn't invite me for your wedding and all that. Why are we not friends and all that jazz, right? But now if people be like, sorry, I couldn't invite you, bro. Like, it's fine. It's totally okay. Congratulations, man. And, I'll be happy. That's all we want. And, it's basically that thing, because some people are actually smart enough to actually understand that you shouldn't be having a lot of gatherings right now because of the usual thing called the coronavirus, which happened last year in 2020, and which was also being upcoming since 2019, at the end of 2019. So when it comes to being a honeymoon, when you want to be very moony on a honey and on your honey, so you might actually go for this place called the Gallivant as well. It's called East Sussex, and also it's a beautiful place. It looks like a very place to actually just calm down, chillax, and just read a book if you do have the time. So a place where you can actually have a very homely feeling. Also, always there's a library, a little bit of library, and a lot of games and a lot of things to do. And it's a very homely nature. So it's a good place to actually spend time with your loved one on your honeymoon for at least a month. We'll be back after a short break as well, just a teeny tiny one, okay? But we'll be back with more as well. Keep it locked, keep it tuned in. This is The Vibe with Kyle. So let's see in a bit. All right.
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about how the generation gap, how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no, if that makes sense.
They can't accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset. And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young, well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, he'd say to me, "You had one to forget." That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter. Yeah.
He'd say to me, "You had one to forget. Get over it," and that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. I mean, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much a lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
We are back on the show. This is the Vibe with Kyle, and hope you're having a beautiful day. I told you, obviously, we're going to be back after a short break. I just want to see this other place which I was talking. Buckinghamshire is also another place where you can visit, which you can go for your honeymoon. All right. So when it comes to a part of being, a part of being the honeymoon. Okay. I mean, you must have worked for maybe your relationship was going for 2 years, a year, hey, even a month. All right. If you found the right person in a month, hey, why not? Right. So even maybe it's been 4 years, maybe it's a long time. Maybe you have actually had a long year relationship and you've been waiting for the time to get married, and but you've been waiting only for the wedding day. Okay. You haven't been exactly planning on for the honeymoon. Okay, because that is, people forget that it's not about saying the I do part. Okay, it's about actually proving the I do part afterwards, right? So what do people do? Well, it's quite simple. We actually have a time where we can always be like, okay, we went through this, we went through that, we can just get married right now. True, you can. I mean, if your mindsets are the same, if you know what that person is thinking, and if you know what that person needs at the right time, yeah, cool, yeah, that's all sorted. Is your mindset together maybe matching well? But when it comes to living together, as always, everyone says, it's totally different. Okay, living together and seeing each other like on a daily basis, and then after at night time, dropping each other, dropping the missus home, and then you coming back home and then sorting on the phone is totally different. Okay, you always want to see that person because you start missing them, because you've actually had the that separation for a few hours, and because you want to be with us the whole time. Okay, but now you're not used to it. All right, you want to be like, okay, I want to be with this person like all the time, like even 24/7, 365. But then you see, when you actually do get it, you forget that you have to work on it, because your lifestyle and also your partner's lifestyle could be totally different. The things you do in the morning could be totally different. Now, for me, of course, I would like a cup of tea early morning. All right. But my partner would love a glass of water in the morning. So the difference is like that. All right. Sometimes you might want that 5 minute extra sleep. Okay, you just want 5 more minutes once you wake up, and 5 more minutes sleeping, and then you want to wake up, right? So when it comes to that, also maybe your partner just wakes up and goes and does the work at once. Oh, and you're like, what's wrong with you? What's actually wrong with you? Are you even human? Where's that 5 minute break? I mean, most people actually have that 5 minute thing. When they wake up after 8 hours, they still want to, like, okay, 5 more minutes, please. I'm just going to sleep for 5 more minutes. But then once in a while, okay, you would see a person be like, okay, alarm, okay, turn off the alarm, wakes up and goes and does the business early morning, get ready for work, and you're like, how on earth do you do that? No, I'm still taking my 5 minutes. There are different kinds of people. All right. Different kinds of people will want different kinds of things early morning. Okay. Some people want that extra 5 minutes. Some people want extra 10 minutes. Some people won't want it at all. Right. And you're going to be like, what's wrong with them? No, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just them. Okay. That is how they are in the morning. This is why you would have been like, these little things. Okay, this could be a time where, okay, let's just imagine this. Okay, in the morning you guys have to rush out. Okay, you all have to be on the road like ASAP to get to an event where both of you have been invited to. And let's say your partner would wake up early morning, and he or she would just wake up like that, right? And once they do that, they will be like, all right, I'm getting ready now. And hey, baby, wake up, baby. And you're going to be like, 5 more minutes. Like, no, we have something to do. We need to go now. You see the difference? That 5 minutes of time, you would still want to go for this event. I mean, you practically plan it with with your partner, but you still want that extra 5 minutes because that's like the energy boost that you need, right? But your partner, on the other hand, will be like, no, we need to go now. You're like, no, I want 5 minutes. Then that is where it's going to be a problem. But then because you never explained it to your partner, okay, this is me. I need that extra 5 minutes. And once after that, you can wake me as much as you want. You can put a bucket of water on me. I don't mind. I will not be mad. But I would want to have that extra 5 minutes once I open my eyes for the first time after hours, and then close my eyes again, and then wake it up again after that. But I still want that 5 minutes. So it's totally reasonable. It's totally totally cool, right? So you would want that to happen to you as well. So if you want a partner who understands why you do what you do, you need to talk about it. Okay, that is why you have to be like this on your honeymoon. Okay, this month of honeymoon. Okay, so now especially in Buckinghamshire. All right, they have this place called the Langley. All right, the Langley is a nice place. It looks like very like royalish kind of place. It's like, if you want to spend your honeymoon in a royal kind of way, this is the place to go. All right, the Langley, okay, is a place. If you want to indulge and treat yourselves to like a proper 5-star experience on your honeymoon, and then you'll have the Langley as well. I mean, it's a beautiful place which has a supersized underground spa and a top tier restaurant and period features galore. Well, why not, right? Look at this wonderful place. If you can't find right now, you can search out the place Langley. I suggest if you really want to go for a honeymoon period, which is proper like a 5-star one, because why not, right? Once in a while, you actually have to have a proper, a proper fancy one. Okay, everyone deserves it, right? So we might as well go for it. Okay, go for the time where you can actually, if you really want to learn about your partner, go to the place where you always wanted to be with. I mean, you can have that. You can have that wonderful time with your partner. Just make sure that you pick a place where you'll be more comfortable with. Okay, more comfortable bedrooms and more comfortable rooms, and a proper. A total change of environment. Okay, do not go for the same thing that you've had for for years or whatever. Okay, go for a lot of things, and just look at the time where you can actually see where, okay, I can have a proper time with my partner right here. Okay, so the Langley is one place which you can go for in Buckinghamshire, and also another place. Okay, I guess this is for the crazy people, because this one is called the Crazy Bear. Okay, if you want looking for something a bit more unique and artistic, you can always go for the Crazy Bear in Beaconsfield, which is an eclectic, as the name suggests. You can go crazy all you want, and this place looks amazing. Okay, the interiors are, in it, it's all uh, it's just amazing. All right, it's breathtaking. It just looks like everything. You can even sleep off the floor in the washroom. All right, it looks that comfy. All right, it's actually like a bear hug. Okay, if people, I believe people who are like, okay, let's face it, I don't know what a bear hug is, but I do know how to give a bear hug. All right, so when it comes to having like bear kind of I mean, an environment, okay, it's a cozy environment. Okay, and that, there are also two good restaurants which you can go for, English and Thai also, and standout suites, and also an outdoor pool in the Crazy Bear. Hey, so people, if you can go for this, go crazy with this one. Okay, there are places to be, places to go, but also things to get used to. That is the main point here. You want to get used to your partner, okay, because you're going to be living the rest of the life with them. So you're gonna be like, till death do you part. You better work on that. All right. So get used to them. All right. Remember, sometimes both of you would have to get used to a whole new lifestyle of of basically, watching out that you guys don't clash together with your own. Sometimes you have to sort yourself. If you're gonna change someone, okay, if you think your partner needs to change the way for it to fit yours, then you have to change too. But the best thing for you to do is both of you should get used to something brand new. Okay, this time you are not the little one in the family, you are the big ones. All right, you are the main guy, you're the main characters in the in this marriage, in this family. You two are the heads, so you might as well get used to something brand new. All right, get something totally brand new, and get a new mindset of things. Or even the morning, if your partner would be like, I want to wake up at I need at least 8 hours of sleep. All right, I need that. Some people actually although everyone says that, we should have 8 hours of sleep, some don't actually need it. All right, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have it. All right, you get to a point, okay, we'll be back home by this time at 6 in the evening. All right, or something or something which is actually which is going to be suitable for both of you. All right, and then start preparing dinner, and also then preparing stuff for the next day. You can actually change roles. So one person will look after dinner, the other person will look after things that each of you could use for the morning to get ready. Prepare your clothes together. Do that at the honeymoon. Okay, prepare your clothes, just little things, little by little. And you would also wonder, like, okay, this person uh wants this at this time. All right, cook like this. And if something, okay, now usually people actually don't have problems with people, is because of the marriage. All right, because of, not just because of the marriage issues, but because of people who can't cook. Right, sometimes people can't cook and they wonder, you can't cook, really? Why did I marry you? And I'm like, really? You married her for something else. You didn't marry her so that you could ask him or her to cook for you. All right, if you want to really cook together, if you both of you don't know how to cook, I would suggest that you would both do just, I don't know, look for a video. All right, it's not that hard. Right, you can always look for something and go for a lot of things. And also, but make sure that you can come up with your own easy food. Right, sometimes it's also easy to make certain dishes in the house because it was the way mama used to make them. But now when you go for it, it's like you want to have, okay, I really didn't like the part that we had this for lunch, or we had this for breakfast. I wanted this for breakfast. So what do you think? And he's like, I actually wanted this also for breakfast. I wanted some fruits for breakfast. I need meat for breakfast. Okay, some people are like that. Totally. For me, I would love meat in the morning. All right, and then also my partner would love fruits in the morning. Right? I mean, yeah. Then you mix it up. You actually mix it up. Okay, half a plate of fruits and half a plate of meat. Don't go just for, okay, you just meat and she just fruits, because it won't work out. You need to start changing. You need to start combining your personalities together. All right, you need to start doing everything together. You need to start combining and also sharing your interests with one another. Okay, if you like meat in the morning, tell you about it. Okay, we'll have your fruits too, and we'll also have some meat too. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, no, don't force them to have this amount of meat. but also uh sharing about it is what will actually help you be more actually together with each other. Okay, start thinking alike. Okay, but before you think alike, you have to do things alike. You have to be I don't know, maybe change your entire world. Okay, because remember what, like I said earlier, we are not looking for things that would, well, have more thing. We are looking for places to, we are looking for a person to spend our entire life with. Okay, have a family with, right? Have children with, and also let see them see their children, have their children with, right? So this is the time when it comes to a honeymoon period. Okay, we forget that it's not just for the boogie. Okay, okay, it's also for the chit chats, and also for the new life that you'll be living right after you get back to reality after your honeymoon. And so this is where you start learning things about it. Okay, have fun. I mean, hey, come on, bro. If you're going for this honeymoon, you should always have fun, but also remember that you are also living with another person now. It's not the same with, when you go for maybe a vacation with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, but it's different when you go as husband and wife. All right, for the first time, it's something new. Okay, it's something totally official, totally legal, and it's something that you will have to be like that for, well, for future purposes, because, like, you have to work together. You have to make sure that, okay, I'm going to be like this with him. Okay, I'm going to make sure that my partner is actually comfortable wherever he or she would love to work with. All right, okay, I'm going to make sure that their life is more comfortable with me. I'm going to make sure that they are going to have the best time in the morning, whatever they want in the morning, if it's a cup of tea with the hot chocolate, whether it's a cup of coffee or even a glass of water, you are going to make sure that, you are going to be there for them. All right, and and it will go both ways. All right, it won't go one way. Just make sure that, we have that agreement that, I will be there for you no matter what, and I will try to make your life comfortable as much as I can. And also, then your partner will also say, yes, I would do the same. I would do very much the same. That is all you need. All right, you are not, yeah, whatever struggle you guys go through, you are going to get through it together. Do not involve anyone else. People forget that, when you get married, you still can't go to your best friends regarding the problems you have. All right, you still have to go to the partner. All right, as much as of a, sometimes it could be very irresponsible, very unreasonable sometimes, but still, end of the day, they are the person that you got married to. Okay, so if you can't deal with them, you better find a way to deal with them, or find a different kind of way to deal with them. All right, don't always go for, okay, this needs to end. All right, you think it's nice, you think it's actually oh, I'm so glad I'm done with it, but then you forget how that person made you feel. Okay, because we think that the feelings are changing because of marriage. No, not really. Your lifestyle changes because of marriage, but it not your feelings for each other. You still love each other the way you loved them at the start, or even more right now, but it does not drop like that. Be sure to always choose a proper destination, and always, go for a more homely place, I would say, but with a better view. Okay, like a place, like, where you can actually have all the private time on the world that you want, whether you want to sleep, whether you want to like have a breakfast together in the room together, or even anything, right? Or if you want to even talk about something, well, find a place that will actually help you do that. And once you do that, my dear friends, okay, Madhya Baby, just want to do that, I'm telling you, the reality, which will not change at all, it will be still the same. Reality will still be a real pain in the neck, okay? But still, this time you are not alone. Okay, you are still going to have another person supporting you, and you will be supporting that person also equally. And not just, do not think that the man of the house is always going to be the guy who's just doing for everything. No, that's not right. It's not like the past anymore. It's different. It's totally different. We have to evolve with the new century. All right, the 21st century. People who were born those days, listen, man, it doesn't work like that anymore. All right, the new generation out there wants to live the way they want to. All right, it's different. People want to make sure that they're getting the right thing before they get married, or even before they even do anything. I mean, if people looking for more connection nowadays than actually looking for uh, a fancy one. Hmm. I mean, hey, to be honest, that would be actually kind of true. People would look for basically having the best wedding ever. Okay, showing their friends, hey, this is all my planning. I got the best wedding. And yeah, so far, this is going to be the biggest one. People are going to talk about it. People are going to be awesome. But the next thing you know, you spend so much money on your wedding. All right. And when it comes to the honeymoon, you only get to spend it for 2 days. Can you imagine how tiring that is? Because after the planning of the wedding, you will need a rest. And straight after the wedding, you are going for the honeymoon, and that will be, and your first day is already gone because of the traveling, because of the because you're so tired, you just want to sleep for a bit, but you just say, I'm going to sleep for an hour, but you wake up the next day, and then you realize, okay, wait a minute, we are leaving today. And you're like, yeah, oh, there goes a honeymoon. Exactly, there goes your honeymoon. So think things through. Okay, do not always be like, mm-hmm, uh don't always be the part where everything is going to be different. Okay, think that there are going to be different kinds of places as well. Most of the time, also remember that when it comes to having a honeymoon with your with the love of your life. Okay, we always have a time to be with one another. All right, we have to get used to the lifestyle. Okay, but in my suggestion, okay, I the reason is, okay, why I'm doing this, because you see friends, okay, who try to be the same person they were since they were kids, and then how they grew up to be here now. Like, their personality would be totally like a friendly personality, a more appropriate one. But then when they get to well, after marriage, they realize, okay, I'll do my usual thing in the morning. No, not really. Okay, unless your partner's the same thing, you're fine. Okay, but sometimes there are things that partners don't like. Some partners actually don't like. Some people don't like wet bathrooms. Okay, there's a certain parts which should be wet, and there's certain parts which should be dry. All right. Some people on the other hand, like me, would be like, yeah, it's just a bathroom. Everything's supposed to be wet in here anyway. All right, that would be like. But then after that, you would think, okay, this person does not like it. All right, they don't like it at all. So that is when you have to be like, okay, I'm going to leave this side. I'm going to make sure this side stays clean. And yeah, it's basically time to have well, a reshape in your mindset. Okay, what you did in the morning and what you did in the evening or would have to change. Sometimes maybe you could be a guy or a girl who sleeps at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you might be that kind of person, but you still wake up by 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, when that does happen, okay, when that does happen, make sure, okay, that now you cannot do that anymore, because you are about to have a lot of responsibilities. All right, it's not just getting married anymore. It's not just getting through a honeymoon. It's not just getting through the first house. It's not just getting through a first car together. It's also having a first child together. Okay, I mean, you're at least one of you would love to have kids, right? But being with that person, okay, I mean, if let's just say your partner loves kids, but you never thought about it. All right, you never thought about having kids, but then being with them also, you realize, wow, having kids is actually a kind of a blessing that we all need. It's something that the two of you made, the two of you created. You created a child, man. It's like, and you want to see this child grow up and have a beautiful life, and you want them to pick someone, okay, for the future, a proper one. Okay, a person who would look after them. All right. Yep, you who would look after them as if they're their own, that they've known them for so long, that they're so precious to them, right? So what do? We simple this. You see how much this honeymoon actually affects a lot of things. Like, it's just not just about the wedding anymore. It's all about the honeymoon. It's all about how we can actually be like, hey, the honeymoon, I think it's time we should take at least 3 days maybe to rest up for after having traveling and stuff. Because see, end of the day, that's what it is. I for me, I would love, if I'm going somewhere, I would love to go there for a week. Okay, 2 days just, or that first day to hold, just to just rest my feet and recharge myself, and then make sure that I eat properly, and get off the, well, maybe the lag I have in me, the time lag. And also I'm so tired, but I need to, I don't have much time. I need to go here, I need to go there, I need to go so many places. But when I do that, okay, but when you have a week of a vacation, okay, budgeted. Okay, I'm not saying that you should go for these fancy places, like which would actually be a problem for this month's salary and also the next month's salary. No, I'm not saying that. We are saying that actually, you can actually find a place that you can actually spend at least 3 weeks or even a week. I mean, whatever suited for you, you might as well go for it. All right. And Robin from Bangladesh, great to have you too, buddy. And great to have you too. And hope you're doing good too as well. But we've been talking about mostly about honeymoon destinations. Right now, the Crazy Bear is one of them, and also the Langley in Buckinghamshire is one of the two places. Also Dorset. Okay, now Dorset has a place called the Pig on the Beach. It's actually pretty funny. It says the perfect. Now, Dorset has the perfect mini moon combination. Okay. Now, they have this wonderful stone structure in there. It looks like an elephant is putting his beak in the water, but the elephant is also like, falling down, and but just so lazy that he's just lying flat on the floor and going for the water, right? And, well, mostly people actually love to see views like this. All right, now, and especially for a place called the Pig on the Beach. Now, it's in Studland, is one of the must visit hotels in the Pig chain. Okay, and shows off Dorset in all its glory. Right now, there are uninterrupted views of the dramatic coastline, which can be enjoyed as you dine on the fresh seafood and kitchen garden fare in the pretty botanical restaurant. Man, all right. There are even charming little shepherd huts where you can relax with spa treatments. Now, my question is, okay, now why would you call it the Pig? Maybe I missed it. I'm gonna ask it again. Okay, the Pig on the Beach. All right. I mean, it doesn't even look like a pig, and if it is a pig, it should be sharing. Well, it has fresh seafood, and okay, and a kitchen garden. All right, but it's a beautiful place. All right, it's a beautiful place to visit, a lot of space as well, and you can do have amazing time here. Okay, but I guess the name says it all. But it's mostly to interact, but it's a wonderful place, and it looks beautiful. All right, every place here looks so beautiful right now, and it can be, it can be enjoyed with mostly fresh seafood. I mean, who doesn't love free seafood, right? Mhm. And fresh seafood, and also kitchen garden fare in a very botanical restaurant, and also shepherd huts. I would love to see that, though. I mean, shepherd huts right there, I mean, those would be awesome. All right, so why don't you check this out, and make sure that you see how everything is actually this honeymoon. Okay, you are just setting up the scenery. All right, it might be something very small for a week, or just go for a week first. All right, don't just go for 3 or 4 days in a honeymoon. People forget that. Go for a week. All right, take I don't know, go on a go to take 2 days to just be like, just enjoy the place. All right, and then on the third day, okay, start actually understanding what your partner needs in the morning, and also try to combine the two. All right, combine all of them, and then if it doesn't work, well, there is still another solution. All right, it's, well, starting a whole brand new thing. All right, getting used to it. This is how we're going to be from now on. Both of us would wake up at 6 in the morning. Okay, you do this, I do that, and but on weekends we sleep as much as we want. All right, we work on a weekday, but we have to get our 8 hours sleep, because no matter what, because you guys have to get prepared for the baby on the way soon. Okay, I mean, you're getting married not just to show people, you're getting married to actually be, well, to have have children with you. All right, and to make sure that you make your own sons and daughters, and make sure that they also have a wonderful life in the future as well. So remember, this little honeymoon period, okay, now I'm not talking about honeymoon in the before the relationship for the first 3 months. I'm talking about the actual honeymoon period, okay, right after you get married. Remember that you take some time, like some proper time for yourself. I mean, you don't have to worry about the cost of the wedding anymore. All right, you can always you can just go straight on for the honeymoon. All right, put the ring on each other's fingers and just like be like, okay, we're married now. Let's go have some let's go have some alone time. All right, and keep your phones away. All right, you've already taken off from your work. No one's gonna bother you, and you don't need the phone. Right, take the time to actually get used to the new lifestyle that you are gonna have with your partner. All right, and once you do that, everything is going to be amazing. I'm telling you, if even if it's a new lifestyle, or even if something that you both have come to an agreement that we should combine the two, go for it. No one's saying no. Everyone would be like, hey, you guys have changed the way you do things now. Like, yeah, we have. We understood that, my I had a way of living in the morning, and she has a different way of living in the morning, and it doesn't fit, right? That doesn't mean that the two of you don't fit. All right, it's just that your system in the morning doesn't fit. But the only solution for that is to make sure that both of you come up with something new just for the two of you. All right, what time would you want to wake up? Okay, well, let's wake up at 7. All right, it's going to be weird in the first few days, but you are going to get used to it because both of you are getting used to it. All right, get used to both of it, get used to both the lifestyle both of you can actually have, and make sure that, like, hey, everything goes smoothly. If your lifestyle doesn't fit hers, or if her lifestyle doesn't fit yours, change it. Okay, do change. Now when I say that, change the lifestyle, not the person. Okay, this is where everything just goes wrong, and if people are being like, oh, okay, let's be more let's be more mindful of things, right? So when it comes to the UK travel of honeymoon destinations, I'm going to tell you this one. This place is a place to go. One of the places in Dorset is called the Pig on the Beach, right? And we also got Hampshire. Now, Hampshire has it all, right? The beautiful New Forest with wild ponies roaming freely, the South Downs, and the gorgeous historic villages, Winchester with its wonderful cathedral, and the Solent coastline, and a huge choice of incredible wedding venues to choose from. But like we said, we don't want the wedding venues. We want the honeymoon wedding. We want the honeymoon wedding. This is where it's very important. All right. Now, when Heckfield Place or Chewton Glen are two places that you can go for. Heckfield Place is with so much to see and do. It's no wonder that Hampshire is home to loads of incredible places to stay. Now, at the luxury end of the scale, the pick of bunch is Heckfield Place. It's voted Hotel of the Year in 2018. To be honest, I see why. It looks super cozy. Okay, it's a small mini place, where you can have your alone time, where you can have also a time where you can actually have spend that time with your partner. Okay, I mean, the rooms looked amazing. It's a wonderful place. It's amazing view, and it's so simple and it's so beautiful. All right, I mean, that's what you could ask for. Now, a country house in 400 acres of ground with two foodie favorite restaurants and insta-ready interiors. Insta-ready interiors. Influencers out there, I bet you like that one. Well, this is the place for you to go. Insta-ready, okay, interiors is the place to go. Now, Chewton Glen is another place. Now, this one is another wonderful place called, well, I mean, it looks amazing, okay? It's another high-end retreat in the country with cool treehouse suites. Oh, it's tree houses. No wonder. That were just made for honeymooning couples. I bet it was. Now, for something a little more low key and budget friendly, you can't beat the riverside setting of the Master Builders Hotel at Buckler's Heart, right? But this place has this wonderful view. Being around especially in a high place would be amazing time, because I don't know, like a treehouse has a different view to it, right? It's so cozy. A place filled with wood, would be the most amazing place to be with. But when it comes to honeymoons, of course, pick the scenery. The scenery is all up to you. Just because I tell you that you have to get used to your partner's lifestyle doesn't mean that you have to actually pick something just like your house. No, don't do that. All right. If you can find a hotel right in the ocean, even go for it. But still, remember how it works. Okay. I mean, there are places like that, but when it comes to enjoying your honeymoon, make sure both of you actually love to visit this place. Do not be going for the same thing, because you'll already be going for that in a month. Okay, for the rest of your life, you'll be going to that home environment. But for now, just have that memory of what, we got through this together, and we got the best time. We got more time to actually understand each other. Okay, maybe you've been together for over 2 months. Okay, but just as a couple, and but now that you're married and you're living together now, it could be totally different. It could be like, whoa, this is very new. And if it's something new and you're not really used to it, it's going to scare you. All right, you're going to shiver so much that you're going to be like, whoa, do I really need this? Exactly. So this is why you should not doubt whatever you're thinking about. You should always be more concerned about how you are living. Okay, how you live this life with the person. This is why you should always pick the environment. Okay, it doesn't matter what it is. If it even is right next to the beach, in the forest, up on a tree, under the ground, or even in the sky. If you can find one, please let me know. I would love to go to a sky hotel. But if there is something like that, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the person you are with. Okay, and there are so many places to go for, and Scotland is another place to go for. Right now, this place is the one which I've been waiting for. All right, this is the place where it's on top of the hills. All right, in a kind of forest area, and it's like basically a wonderful place. The scene from Black Panther, right, where Gold Panther and Black Panther, at the end of the scene where both of them are going to be like, when Gold Panther wants to see Wakanda, okay, he takes them to the most beautiful place ever. This place looks exactly like that. I mean, Wakanda forever, man. This place looks amazing. Okay, this certain view in Scotland, okay, has this amazing place. Like, just like I feel, I don't feel anything romantic, by the way, but I mean, it could be romantic, but if you're a Marvel fan, you would know that, wow, this looks like Wakanda. This gotta be Wakanda. I'm spending my honeymoon in Wakanda, baby. So, Eagle Brae is another place where you can actually stay during your stay in Scotland, aka Wakanda. You know what I mean? So, you can reconnect with nature, find peace and quiet in the charming countryside at Eagle Brae, a collection of five-star self-catering logs. Okay, now log cabins in the middle of the Highlands, right? Now, this is a proper house to live in. Okay, this would actually give you the feeling of a little house where you and your partner would be living, like, with a separate bedroom. Okay, who cleans the bedroom? All right, that would be I believe, the first thing to do. The last person to get up would be the one to clean the bedroom. No, don't ever do that. There are going to be times where that person is just going to have a really tiring day, and maybe your partner will be like, I'm really not in the mood to clean today. So you're going to have to be like, okay, no worries, I'll clean today. You just rest. You got to have time to say that. Remember, you need to sink your pride and your ego. All right. When it comes to marriage, remember, you're talking to your other half, not your second person. So when that happens, make sure that you follow all of it. Okay. You remember, this is the person I'm going to be spending my life with. Okay. I don't want to be wasting time on another person, but I want to be spending time with this person, right? And so, which is why picking the right honeymoon destination like this, like the Eagle Brae, would be the most epic way. All right, it's gonna be well, I mean, you can also be at another place. Okay, now if you don't like to be too much around nature, or a cabin filled made with logs and stuff, but I would suggest, for those who do love nature, this would be an amazing place to go for, because you know why? Your environment with your partner is not just going to be an actual house. It's actually going to be a place where there is not going to be anyone to bother you. Okay, you're not going to be like, oh man, I need to get off. It's like when your neighbors always like, pretending to water the plants, right? Or like, oh, and then but she's like, hmm, no boogie today. Right. Someone who doesn't want to mind their own business, right? I mean, your business is yours. Your business is yours and your partners. But then again, you can't stop it. All right. People are always going to poke their nose into it. People are going to be like, hey, right. It's okay. Just leave them be, honey. It's okay. We don't need them, baby. It's all right. You like, just get into the house, okay? And then, and then she starts slapping you and all that. But that's a different story. Just imagine just the two of you. All right. No one else is gonna be like, oh, okay, let's just be all good now. And you know, if you have a problem, there are gonna be problems. Okay. If you think there's a marriage that without any problems at all, without even a still tiny argument, okay, then you are completely wrong. But if there is someone out there who has had no arguments at all, and who've been together for over 2 years, well, please drop a message on the line, okay? 078 and let us know what you think about it, okay? Let us know, like, would you what's your secret to not having a small fight whatsoever? Well, I would suggest that even if someone is out there, it would be like basically our most of the time would be accepting one another. Okay, I accepted her, and also she would say that I accepted him. But whatever it is, our lifestyle wasn't fitting as much. There are actually couples out there whose lifestyle in the morning, whose early morning life would be totally different, but who would also still be like, you know what, baby, I'm gonna be like, this is what I do in the morning, but I also understand that he doesn't like it. That's not something you like to do too. So what we're gonna do is we are going to change. All right, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard. I mean, for some people, this would be totally easy because some people love change. Okay, but some people don't. But it's all about changing. If you are willing to change for your partner, I would suggest you go for it. If you are willing to go the distance with your partner, go for it. If you want to have a better life and also a better lifestyle, but you did not like the lifestyle when you were living earlier before you met them, then hey, go for it. Change it. Go for a better time with your partner. All right, and see how it goes. I mean, a lot of things are going to be an epic time, and if you start getting used to it, right, as soon as your honeymoon starts, I'm going to tell you something. All right, get used to it. If you're a person who doesn't clean your, maybe set up your bed right after you wake up, like me, well, you better start doing that now. All right, start doing it now because it's maybe your partner is actually loves to clean, loves to see clean places, loves to have a clean room, a clean house, and but you on the other hand are totally opposite. Well, this is where you think to yourself, do I do I change myself to actually become a better person, or and also a cleaner person, or do I just be like this and just be alone for the rest of my life? I would suggest you go with the first one because no one likes to be alone. All right, so it doesn't matter how it is to you. All right, it matters how it is to the both of you. Do not be selfish. All right, do not be selfish about reason why maybe your partner has said something like, okay, maybe you tell your partner, this is your fault, this is what you did, this is what you did. All right, and this is what how you have to handle it, and this is not how you should have handled it, right? And then on another day, maybe different argument, maybe it will be maybe the partner who actually scolded, this is what you did wrong, should have, maybe that partner does the same thing. All right, maybe they do the same thing, but then you're like, did you just tell me not to do that? And you're gonna be like, hypocrite, you're such a hypocrite. What happens then? Problems. A lot of problems, baby. So when it comes to actually having a small part of getting used to the lifestyle of your partner, hey, it doesn't matter if you. I'm not saying you have to change yourself, but if you can adapt to it with your partner, I would suggest that you go for it. All right, I would suggest that you change for your partner. Okay, only if you want to. All right, do not change for because your partner requested it. All right, if your partner requested it, you should be like, how about we try to work around it? Okay, and if you can't, and if you're willing to change it, talk to her about it and see what how they can work it out, because sometimes to change something you will want to need some time to talk to your partner about it, because you may be like, I need a carpet right next to my bed every time I get off the bed. Or maybe you're going to be like, you know what, I need my I need this amount of, I need my slippers right next to when I'm about to get out of bed. But it depends. I want the left side, I want the right side, okay, I want the middle, and it doesn't matter from where you get in. But as long as you are going through well as long as you are going through a lot of things, like especially the time when you have to be like, you know what, I really don't want to be all bothy about it, but I really don't want to be like, okay, so this is what I do in the morning, okay, I want this in the morning, I want this, my mother used to bring me this, and my father used to do this is what I want. And what is she gonna say, or what is he or she gonna say? If you really want your mother and father here, then we shouldn't have gotten married at all. Right. So when it comes to having a more valuable time with your partner, this is where it should all start, right in your honeymoon destination. Doesn't matter if you like the nature, it doesn't matter if you like the witchery. All right, if you really like the witchery, if you're out to some witchcraft kind of things with your partner, different speaking, it's in Edinburgh's city vibe that piques your interest, then romance doesn't get any more dramatic than the witchery by the castle. Now, the 9 Suite Love Nest has wow factor gothic, theatrical interiors, and velvet draped posters. Plus, it is in one of the best locations in town. So, if you're a person who loves cozy a lot, yeah, actually, Abid also says that it doesn't relationships don't mean much. No, it doesn't, man. It's just like, it's not even it's not even how you have preschool and then you have school. It's not a relationship, not even a part of preschool. Everything changes. It's just like, basically, relationships used to have been like a passing of time, okay? But when it comes to that right relationship, you want to be in the proper one, okay? You want to have more. You just don't want to have relationships. You want to have, okay, I want this to be more than relationship. I just want to be, I just want this to be an engagement. I want this to be a marriage. I want this to be a long-lasting one. I don't want this to end. Okay, that's the kind of relationship we look for, right? Mostly as well, when we comes to having a relationship with the loved one, honeymoon period is the time where you have to get used to it. All right, get used to your partner. Okay, so places like this. Some are listening in. Great to have you too. Hello to you too. We've been talking about honeymoon destination. If you have some, drop some. Okay. Another place would be Somerset. Now this one looks like the Shire. The Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings movie, the Shire. It looks just exactly like this. Okay. It's this one place. It's called the Newt. Okay. NEWT is a newcomer also to Somerset's hotel scene, and it's located near a beautiful castle called Carey. It has certainly created a stir and is now regarded as one of the best country house hotels in the country. So why not, right? Quite the accolade. Okay, if you're green fingered, you love the gardens. If you're green fingered, you love the gardens. Now, which have wild swimming ponds in them, as well as cider press, also bottling plant and bar. Well, it's actually a Somerset. It's because it's actually Somerset after all. It's a beautiful place. Okay, it's like a place where you have a lot of nature, and then you have a fancy house in the middle. Why not, right? So when it comes to having a more time in a perfect time, okay, when it comes to having a perfect time with your partner, remember that just having fun in the honeymoon and also understanding who your partner is a big thing. All right, you can always have a proper time with your partner. All right, so we'll be back as well. We'll be back with more talk. So let's see where we can go. Keep it locked, keep it tuned as well. I believe we have actually another half an hour going to be to go. Actually, we'll be talking about in the next one how TikTok, okay, is making an impact on pop culture. Right, we'll be back with more great hits. We'll be back with more topics as well right after this.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be, so that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just this basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with, and your education level or your lack of education or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account, and then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time. And we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what is happening. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different, right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things.